us on Geek Blur, the show you can't ignore. Ray and Kevin diving deep into all things galore. Comic book, movie, sci-fi, and action thrill. Reviewing new TV shows, we keep it real, real. Reminiscing the attitude era, wrestling at its peak. Nostalgia from the 80s and 90s, memories we seek. Pineapples for our rings, a unique touch. Geek culture in our blood, we love it so much. Geek Blur, we love it so much. Geek Blur, where we talk about it all, from superheroes to wrestlers. We stand tall, Ray and Kevin, the dynamic duo in sight. Geek Blur, shining bright, shining bright. Did you hear about Pluto? That's messed up, right? Geek Blur, taking you on a nostalgia flight. From movies to TV, we cover it all. Join us and every week we'll have a ball. Shuffle.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello, Raymond. How are we?
Doing all right. Ready to go.
Yes.
Ready to go. Let's jump into the show with a Fat Fucks.
The fat fucks are back. Yeah, you know about the river, but the fat fucks are back. Motherfucker, show me the fat fuck.
This one is strange. Every once in a while we have some good food news, and then we have some weird. This is a weird food news.
Yeah, fuck
Cinnamon
this.
Toast Crunch
Don't
coming
like
out with a
pass.
Tostino's pizza flavor.
Yep, not good.
Next Tuesday on January 28th at 7 p.m. You can go on CinnamonToastCrunch.com
Not happening.
and sign up to get a free box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch Tostino's pizza flavored cereal. I think that would taste disgusting. Even
What's
I am
next?
not sure.
Fucking hot dog flavored cereal with fucking mustard, fucking marshmallows.
Have you ever saw what the other countries around the world think of Americans? Like Pizza Hut, for example, when he's bringing up hot dogs. The hot dog, like the pizzas over there, they have hot dogs in the crust.
Yep.
They call it the American pizza. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I want to try this. However, we've tried a lot worse on this show.
We have.
So, we could put our name in there and see. So, we have another show and tell because we got your Christmas gifts last week. We got mine this week. I got them in hand. So, Christmas show and tell part 2. So many geeky things that we could pull off from the shelf. We've been collecting shit for years and now we're whipping it out. So it's time to showcase all the money that we wasted well. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It's Geek Club Show and Tell. I have my gifts in hand. Ground there. See some books. We got Ultimate Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Jonathan Hickman. Ooh, complete
Hickman
collection.
Is awesome. That's
This
the
is the
Spider-Man
current
run
run.
I was talking about last year. That's an alternate timeline where he's not Spider-Man.
Oh, Married with Children.
And yes, he's married with kids. Ben's still around. Fantastic
Whoa.
book. Hickman's great. And the other one I got you is fantastic. Do you have
Yep.
others? Okay.
Yep, I have the Fantastic Four. Yep.
That's also Jonathan Hickman, which is also a very good run, which is one we're going to read when we get ready for that movie.
Excellent. Yeah, and this is the Ultimate Spider-Man. Ta-da! And let's see. Ooh, I like that. You're not gonna be able to see it on screen, but
Nope.
it's a 3D.
It's a 3-day Spider-Man cover.
I like that. It's got Morbius. It's got Sinister Six, I believe. Most of the Sinister Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5. I like that. Good, because I'm putting stuff on my shelf right now. Perfect.
And there's one more item in there.
Okay.
Get the knife out, probably.
I need the knife for this?
I don't know, you might. I can't remember. Okay, you
I
don't.
don't think so. No. Oh.
That's what I was waiting on when I didn't bring the gifts last time.
Okay.
'Cause
To
they were supposed
prepare us
be
for
there,
the
like-
year.
Yeah,
To prepare us for the year of Superman.
the mug.
The mug, the official
I know
merchandise.
you don't drink coffee, but hot chocolate or any
Hot chocolate,
beverage,
yeah.
any
Oh, I like
beverage
the-
goes
I
in
like
those
the-
anyways. It's dope.
I
huh?
like the. If I can get the glare off of there. Probably not.
It's a nice mug.
Because I can get the reflection. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. That's awesome.
Yes.
I will drink my hot
I
chocolate.
wanted to
in
get
that.
you a bunch of Superman comics, but I didn't know what you had and what you hadn't had. So I just went with two I knew
All-Star.
you didn't have. Like,
All Star's the only one I
I was
have.
unsure if you had All Star or not. Because you told me you got all seasons, so I was gonna get that, and then you were like, "I got that," and I was like, "Okay."
I do have
I'll
that.
just go
Yeah, I
with-
do have that.
I'll go with Spider-Man and Fantastic Four because those are both good books.
Yeah, All Seasons a while ago. I don't know when I got it. Cool. Awesome. I put these away here. By the way, might as well do this while we're doing show and tell. I finally took this out this week.
Oh, nice,
I have it on my desk over here.
nice.
Superman. Can't remember what run it's from. It's a DC. Get back up there. Cool. So, what we watched this week? Well, first off, I did watch Jessica Jones, season 2. This came out in 2017, maybe 2018. I can't remember what year this came out. Going through these, of course, this is the. I don't remember what season this was of the Marvel Netflix shows, but going through a list online that somebody had compiled, it may have been, I don't remember who it was, Ranker maybe, compiled the best to worst seasons of Marvel television on Netflix during that era, and this was like the end of that list. It was like Defenders and then this. Hold on. And this was at the bottom of the list. It was Defenders, this, and then they started going down. I think Iron Fist may have been next, but this was very slow to get through. 13 episodes, and it was not good. Very, very slow, and it should have been shorter. There was a lot of dead points in the middle. It was like, why are we wasting time with some of these characters?
Which is, it makes going back to what James Gunn said even better when he was asked about like the length of Creature Commandos, and they said why only 7 episodes. He goes, because 7 episodes is the amount of time it takes to tell the story we're trying to do. Whereas with the show like this, they were like, we need 13 episodes, and the writers have to figure out how to fucking write 13 episodes.
It's not just
around their main topic,
right? And it's not just 13 episodes; it's the fact that they're 13-hour-long episodes too. If they were half-hour episodes, maybe a little bit different. No commercials. This is like HBO hour numbers, which was ridiculous at the time. It was not good. However, I'm trying to watch through everything. Next up, I believe, is Luke Cage. Now, I know the rest of them are pretty much Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil, and Jessica Jones. Is there one I'm missing? Iron Fist,
Punisher.
Daredevil, Punisher season 2. So the next 5 would be tackling a character each. And I believe Luke Cage season 2 is next. So I'm gonna watch that probably the next couple of weeks.
You're stronger than I am.
It's a slog. It's a slog. Oh, it's all stuff I've been putting off forever, and I figured it's a perfect time. New trailer for Daredevil Born Again came out last week. Looked great. I'm very excited for it, and I want to be caught up on it. And I know it's going to continue, especially Daredevil season 3, which I'm looking forward to. Finally getting to that, but it'll take me a few slogs to get through. But I hear the next few shows are pretty good. Luke Cage and Iron Fist season 2 took what was bad about season 1 and made it better. So, Dark Side of the Cage. I did not get to it this week. I wanted to. Give me your reactions to it because I will watch. I have it on my list of things to watch next week.
It's Diego Sanchez, who's he won, I believe, the first season of Tough Enough. I think there was 2 different weight divisions in it. So he was the second one to come out of that besides Stefan Bonner, and got a contract. And immediately went to Team Jackson as his trainers out in New Mexico. And Jackson's biggest fighter they've ever had is John Jones, one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. But Sanchez is one of their like first big guys they had because that was years before John Jones was probably still in middle school at this point. And basically, this guy basically takes control from his manager and takes him out of the Jackson group and basically just trains him. And it basically torpedoes his career because the guy like knew nothing. And I mean, I think Sanchez is just like a year or two older than us right now, and he's been retired for a while. I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. But overall, good episode. I figured we'd have at least one of these where it's like the promoter, like you go to a different promoter or whatever manager, and they torpedo your career. But yeah, good episode.
Nice.
Solid.
Yeah, I have my way of watching this now, so I'm going to try to catch up in a couple weeks here. And finally, for shows this week, we had Dexter. We had a brand new episode came back this week.
Which
of
we
Dexter
just watched.
Just
Both of us
watched it right before the
finished.
pod.
Yep.
And
Holy fuck.
thankfully, we both did because there's a lot to discuss here. Something you speculated, I believe, a couple weeks ago is who the killer might be, or where this captain played by what's his name, Patrick
Dempsey, yeah.
Dempsey. Where was he in Dexter? Where was he in Dexter
Right.
in the original series? Why was he
Right.
not a part of it? Like,
And
why
I
is he
assume
here?
this also means, as we're going to get into some spoiler talk here, that we will have Captain Matthews by the end of the season, is my guess.
Yes, yeah, he will be cast. I have a feeling too, or at least season 2 if it comes back. But I'm guessing it'll be after. All right, and so
Whatever happens, yes.
I'm gonna give a spoiler sounder because we haven't had one in a while. Not only that, I just like that sounder. It's the first sounder that we came up with for the podcast. So, this captain, come to find out, Dexter finds some information that makes him believe that he is the killer, or he is at least kidnapped his son.
Well, then the last scene proves it.
Yes, it does, and it's pretty much what you called. Kind of what we figured is like, what's going to happen to him? He must have some. He's either going to get killed or he is the killer. So, we're not sure. We're at episode 7. You said 10 episodes.
Yes, so
We got
8,
three
9,
more
10. Yep.
We got 3 more to figure out what's going on. Dexter is on the hunt now. I mean, he's looking for kills. He's looking for ways to dispose of bodies without being caught. He's putting them in landfills now. He's trying to cover his
Is it
footprints
me,
and his
or
fingerprints.
does when he puts the guy in the dumpster and the trash gets taken away, but it looks like not all of the trash emptied into, which happens a lot with dumpsters.
It does, yeah.
Because they only show like the first half and they show the body still there. Then the guy puts it down and drives off. And then Dexter puts the banana peel down. What's with the banana peel?
I don't know.
Besides, I mean, it focused on the banana peel for like a second. Outside of the fact that it could just be a callback to season 1 when he talks about bananas are the best food to eat while driving and eating outside of a pulled pork sandwich.
Maybe.
Which shows he's a sociopath, because if you ever try to eat a pulled pork sandwich while driving, not that easy.
No, it's not easy at all. Yeah, that's messy as fuck. Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack in this show. And it's setting up a whole entire series. So it's got a lot of history to cover. And it seems like they're covering exactly what we thought. So very excited. This week, first of all, got some news, Dexter news. I'm going to bring that up. I forgot I put it in here. Dexter almost starred an Oscar winner. Of course, I don't have it here. Kevin Spacey was the original person they were going to try to get to star as Dexter back when the show first started years and years ago.
I mean,
I don't know.
he's
I don't know how that
older
would
than
go.
Michael C. Hall. I don't
Right.
know how
I
that
don't know how
would
that. It was.
He would-
This
he
would have
would've
been
been a
right
great-
after.
would have been a great killer.
Not only that, this would have been right after all of his, like, right during like American Beauty, right after Seven. So it would have been right during the climax of his career, right before House of Cards and all that. So yeah, I don't know how that would have played out. He definitely would have been in Dexter Original Sin because he would have been canceled.
He
by
would
now.
have. He would have been an awesome Dexter. He really would have been a good Dexter, but I like Michael C. Hall.
I forgot to put a picture of it in the notes, but if you can search it out, Jennifer Carpenter, who played his sister in the original Dexter run, is going to be in Paramount's 1923.
It's in the notes. You put it there.
I did put it in the slideshow for the
sorry.
the YouTube, but yeah, it's in the notes. She looks unrecognizable, and I know this is a spinoff of Yellowstone, I believe, and I don't know any more than that, other than I believe this isn't the one with Harrison Ford, or is this the one with
Is the Harrison Ford one that has Brendan Skelner, who want people
1893.
93 might be another one, but I believe this is the Harrison Ford.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember.
One with Brendan Skelner, who a lot of people want as Batman.
Okay, cool. And the other thing was, we had some casting news for Dexter Resurrection this week. And it's a big movie actress in the Tarantino universe, of course, Uma Thurman.
Yes.
Coming in to play a character named Charlie. This was confirmed on the Dexter official social media accounts. And the role being that she's playing of Charlie is being said to be a head of security for a billionaire named Leon Prater. Former special ops officer, Charlie has an impressive resume that includes high-profile private security. She now serves as a resourceful and meticulous right hand to Prater, bringing her sharp instincts and commanding presence to the series. So I don't know what that means. They're also currently filming in New York City. I know Dexter's son has been spotted filming in New York City. So yeah, we're going to be having a reunion of sorts with Dexter and a few other characters. So we're very excited. And bringing in Uma Thurman just brings it more gravitas. So that's cool. So I did watch some movies this week, and I haven't had a marathon in a while, so I'm going to bring up a few of them. Some good movies. Some decent movies. Starting with To-Do List. This came out in 2013. I don't know if you've seen any of these. I'm just going to bring them up one by one. Aubrey Plaza, Johnny Simmons, I don't know who that is, Bill Hader, McLovin from Superbad, Andy Samberg had a little quick cameo in this, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. Good movie. I think Bill Hader is probably my favorite part of it. He's great in everything, but good movie. Raunchy, very raunchy. This came out 2013. So yeah, this is just a few years after Superbad. So you didn't have the PC police coming after every little nook and cranny of comedy. So this is back when comedy was still comedy. Another movie I saw this week, starring Charlie Day. I Want You Back. This came out on Amazon 2 years ago, right after the pandemic. Starring Charlie Day, Jenny Slate, Scott Eastwood, Manny Giacchino, who was in The Acolyte. He played the Acolyte, the main bad guy. That wasn't Snoke. That was working for Snoke. But this is a really good movie too. Very funny. I love Charlie Day, of course. It's Always Sunny. Want to bring that one up, and a movie that I've been waiting years to see. I don't know why it took me so long, because it's probably the best out of this bunch. Palm Springs.
Hold on a second. Is I Want You Back the one that has that awkward scene where he's at that 17-year-old girl's house with Scott Eastwood? Okay.
Yes.
For some reason, as you flip things, I just noticed that this was the one with Scott Eastwood. I've been seeing that go around. I had no idea what movie it was from. But I've seen it
That's exactly what it is.
Week. Okay. I'll have to check that
exactly
out.
what it is.
Okay, gotcha.
Palm Springs, great movie, 2020 Hulu. This was a COVID release, starring Andy Samberg and Kristen Milotti, who was just in The Penguin, and J.K. Simmons, who's fantastic in this movie. I'm sure you've seen this. This is big back in the day. Very much time travel / Groundhog's Day / just an infinite loop of Andy Samberg being stuck in this time, and then he sucks in Kristen Milotti, whatever her name is, into this loop with him, and they start to kind of fall in love, and by the end they are in love. Great story. J.K. Simmons is kind of hunting him down throughout the beginning of the movie. Shoots him with an arrow in the beginning. It's awesome. This is on Hulu. If you've not seen it, definitely worth watching. Another movie I think we talked about recently when we were talking about Christopher Reeves, I know we did, called Somewhere in Time. Yep. This is the only movie besides Superman, only other Christopher Reeves movie I've seen with Christopher Reeves in it. Somewhere in Time, Jane Seymour, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, And Christopher Plummer, who was in Sound of Music. He's been in a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Makes the time travel mechanics weird. It is a time travel movie. Christopher Reeves plays a playwright, and he's trying to find a muse for his play, and he runs into this painting of this woman who ends up being Jane Seymour from the early 1900s. This was set in 1980, and he tries to figure out a way to go back in time to see her. There's a couple of other things that happen why he wants to chase her down, but the time travel mechanics make it seem like if you hypnotize yourself more to take yourself out of the real world, get rid of all the technology, get rid of alarm clocks, get rid of watches, anything that could bring you into this world, if you take that out of your mindset and hypnotize yourself, you can send yourself back in time through his hypnosis. Very different. You don't see that type of time travel, but it worked in this movie, and I thought it was really, really good. If you have not seen it, it's called Somewhere in Time. I streamed this free on Tubi or one of those streaming apps.
Yeah,
so I didn't have to buy it or nothing. Yeah, Tubi had it. It's really good, though. And if you want to see something with Christopher Reeves other than Superman, definitely worth a watch. But what we're all here for this week, the big review that Kevin and we've both seen. Kevin's kind of talked about it a little bit, but we're going to give it a full spoiler review. Nosferatu. I saw it this week. I watched it at home here. It was fantastic. Really, really good. Really dark. Acting. I mean, we already knew the cast was crazy in this, but we got Bill Skarsgård playing Nosferatu. I can't remember his name. Orlok, I believe his name.
Yep.
Nicholas Hoult is the character who kind of awakens Orlok. Lily Rose Depp. The only other movie I've ever seen her in was Yoga Hosers, but she's so much better in this.
Yeah, she is.
Aaron Taylor Johnson plays her kind of brother-in-law. Emma Corrin plays her sister, who was in Deadpool and Wolverine. She played Xavier's sister, and Willem Dafoe. He kind of reminded me a lot of a Van Helsing type of character. He was a fan of the occult, understood the occult, and he was trying to figure out a way to destroy Nosferatu. Very good story. Love the characters of this. Love the design of Nosferatu, but there's a lot of gross scenes with him in this movie. And it's definitely a Robert Eggers movie, from the style, from the look, from everything about it. And Ralph Ineson. He played a doctor in the movie. He's going to be playing Galactus in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie this summer. So I wanted to bring him up. He's part of the cast. But there's a good depiction of the plague with rats coming into the city. Mm-hmm. Practical camera tricks. A lot of that. He took a lot of practical horror, but she's done in a lot of his movies. And just the acting was above par. And Robert Eggers, did you know he was from Lee, New Hampshire? I had no idea until this week. Yeah, I did not know until this week he was from New Hampshire. I wasn't really sure. I thought it was Massachusetts for some reason, but he went to school in Lee, which is about 10 minutes from me. And
he's our age.
Yeah,
makes sense why he probably was enthralled with like the Salem Museum and shit growing up.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, he must have been the same kind of like I was too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he saw a VHS tape of the original 1920s Nosferatu, and it brought him inspiration to eventually trace the film to where it is now, what he made. But yeah, in the article, I believe it came out in the Portsmouth Herald, the local paper here.
Look at that.
Talking about,
went to the Fox Run Mall.
Yeah, went to the Fox Run Mall. He bought it. It sounds like he went to Suncoast Video too, because he said he bought it at a closest video store. So, the other thing this week, he's got a new film. His next one's going to be titled Werewolf. I believe set in the 13th century. That's for 13th century England. The script is going to be Old English, and the dialogue is true to the time period. So we're talking probably it's going to look a lot like Robin Hood. I mean, if you're talking England, 1300s is kind of Robin Hood time, a little bit maybe before that. So yeah, that's very cool. And the other thing that was announced this week, he's going to be officially directing the Labyrinth sequel. Not a reboot, a sequel to Labyrinth without David Bowie. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, great movie. 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah,
and
good.
I think it's good, very good. If you have not seen it, it's a good horror movie. Robert Eggers is Robert Eggers. It's kind of his style for all of his movies. It's kind of about the same, but and you had something. I like this idea you have of reviewing a 4K film. I like this.
Stems from the fact that a lot of 4Ks are not very good
Yes.
as far as transfers go. Depending on what they have as far as their source for getting the transfer. And basically what happened with Cameron is the studio went outside of him and made the 4K for Terminator 2, and it's rough. So Cameron's taking control of a lot of the 4K transfers of his stuff. This is an excellent 4K. It looks absolutely fucking beautiful. It sounds incredible. This is one I would definitely pick up. Whereas I've heard, fucking blanking on the name of it, the 1992 action movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger he did, and Tom Arnold. God damn it, I'm blanking on it.
True Lies.
True Lies. That is not a very good. For some reason, they use like AI to clean up the faces because they didn't have a lot of the prints. So like True Lies is a terrible one. Terminator 2 was terrible. I think he did The Abyss and he did Titanic personally. So I'd like to check those out. But the Terminator one is excellent, and I just love that poster. I have that poster. That poster was in place of where I put my Superman poster. I got to find a new place for it. But yeah.
Cool. When all else fails, if you run out of wall space, use your ceiling. There's a little quick note for you.
My ceiling would be rough.
Well, at least posters are light, so yeah. So that's it for what we watched this week. Let's get into the news. And it's not a news segment with a trailer roundup. Only one trailer we're going to talk about, but it looked really good. We got a new trailer for Mickey 17. We got some new posters as well, new character posters on the right if you're on YouTube. Robert Pattinson just looks great in this, playing the 17th version of this clone that keeps getting cloned every time he dies. And of course, this also stars Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette, Stephen Yen from Walking Dead. I believe he did this role instead of Sentry. Wasn't he doing Sentry and then he quit?
Yeah, because that kept getting delayed. Well, he
Yeah.
had signed up for both, and then that kept getting delayed, so he couldn't do both when they were both going to shoot.
This is coming from the director of Parasite, which I've never seen. I don't know if,
Oh, really?
if you can
saw
recommend that or
Oh,
not.
it's fucking great. It's incredible.
I may have to watch that then.
It's subtitles though, so just be aware.
That's fine. I like
Okay.
Squid Game.
It's excellent. So
Cool. Weekend box office last week. One of Them Days. You know what that movie is? Because I don't. Starring
I
Kiki
do
Palmer,
not.
I believe. 11 million. Mufasa was number 2 for an 11.5. They're pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
Wolfman number 3 for 10.6. And I wanted to bring this up on the podcast because Banshee, which we just talked about earlier when we went out to lunch today, Banshee is in the Max's top 10 TV shows right now, currently this week,
show's fucking
in the
awesome.
U.S. People are picking it up because, I mean, they love him from The Boys. They love, what's his name?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Tony Starr?
It's Anthony.
Anthony
No,
Starr.
not
Anthony
Anthony.
Starr.
Anthony. Yeah.
And
sorry.
Tony Stars. And I know you love this show. You tried to get me into it. I couldn't get into it yet, but I watched like the first episode. It was good, but I have to watch it. He's really good in that Banshee.
And
some casting news. I usually save. Can we save this till the end? Can you put
sure.
that at the bottom because I have all the DC news on the bottom. TikTok. We're back, baby. Thank you, Trump. TikTok is back on if you have it on your phone. However, if you don't have the app anymore, it is not on the App Store. So TikTok is being sold on eBay. Phones with TikTok are being sold on eBay for $48,000 or more. Some of them are listing for even more ridiculous amounts. So if you want to have TikTok and you don't have it, if you don't have that app, and for some reason you want it, you can pay up to $48,000 to buy a phone that already has it installed.
I could sell my phone for $48,000.
If you want it, is it really going to sell for $48,000? That's the question. No,
I
probably
can
not.
sell my phone for $400.
Go online. Go online and see what the current actual rates of people are buying, because I'm not really sure, but yeah, they are on there. Speaking of ridiculous money, Netflix upping their prices once again, even for their ad supported version, which the one I have is $6.99 a month, going up to $7.99 a month. The premium tier going up to $24.99. This is ultra 4K, multiple viewings. I think 4 people can watch at a time. $24.99 a month. 4K is great, but not for $24.99 a month.
I'll stick with
and the ads
or whatever.
The ads are not bad on Netflix. I believe they're less than 30 seconds most time. They're not like Disney and Hulu.
An ad on Netflix because I use a computer and I have a virus
Oh.
and I have an ad blocker, so it's fucking great to stream it from my computer.
Yeah,
I mean,
Apple
it's
TV.
not 4K. It's not 4K, but you know
Right.
what? I'll take it for the fucking $7 or whatever I'm paying versus $24.99. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. And I believe if you want to add somebody else to the plan, it's $8.99 a month now instead of $6.99. And also the standard plan, which is not 4K, is going up $2.50 to $17.99 a month. So if you don't want ads and you just want to have the standard, no Ultra HD, you're still paying $18 a month. So it's still not worth it. Not for.
No.
And the only difference is between the ad supported and this one is there's some newer movies you don't have access to. They're locked out. You're locked out of it.
Yes, which happened a few weeks ago when I was watching.
It happened when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only big difference. And of course the ads, but that's, like I said, the ads are short. They're not like Hulu and Disney where they could be up to 2 minutes per commercial, 4 or 5
Peacock,
commercials.
where most times it'll be like at 2 minutes, but it's like before the episode, so you can just hit
Right,
play.
Paramount.
and then walk
Paramount's
away
like
and
that too.
Have a snack, and then it
Paramount
plays after 2
or
minutes.
what was I was watching something this week and I noticed that it was like 2 minutes in the beginning of it. I can't remember what it was. I was watching something and it was all
before
in the
Dexter. I turned on Dexter today, and
There's a lot of
Paramount,
commercials.
right? There was
Yeah.
for mine. It said skip in 1 second, so I hit the skip button and it went right to the show.
Yeah, there were, and I don't usually see the commercials on there, but yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So this week we had the Oscar nominations came out. We're gonna talk about it and break it down a little bit. We got Best Supporting and Best Supporting Actress and Actor and Actress. Hold on, I don't think I have the. There we go. Best Supporting Actress. We got of course Ariana Grande for Wicked. Zoe Saldana from this, Emilia Perez, which we're going to get into in a minute, but
Yeah.
Monica Barbaro, Complete Unknown. She played the love interest, or kind of the love interest of Bob Dylan in that movie.
Yeah.
Semi-love interest. And the other two movies, I don't know. I know you saw Conclave and you did not like it.
She's
did you
good.
want to give a review to that movie at all, or did you want to just skip it until later?
It's not for me. 3.5. If I was
Okay.
to look at it from a film, I'd say it's a solid 4.5. But
Okay.
it wasn't for me. For me, it'd be a 3.5. Did not care for it.
I
Not really my
don't
jam.
think it doesn't look like it would be my jam either. I'm probably not even going to watch it. Best Supporting Actor. Yura Borisov from Honora, who I fucking loved in that movie.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name in the movie, but he was kind of the henchman that kind of fell in love kind of with Honora towards the end. Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain, which you haven't talked about on the podcast yet. How was that movie?
Fine.
Okay.
He
I kind of wanted to see that too.
he's basically the same character he was in Succession without the money. Like, he's literally just the same
Okay.
character as he was in that. But you should check it out. If you wanted to see it, then check it out.
Should I watch
You're
this or
probably-
Succession? I haven't seen Succession either.
You should watch A Real Pain because it's way shorter than Succession. But watch
I know.
Succession too.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you're interested in watching it, then watch it. fine.
Your boy, Edward Norton,
Yep.
supporting actor nom for A Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong, speaking of the Succession, I believe, in The Apprentice.
Yep. I was surprised
Yeah.
The Apprentice was getting award consideration. Like, I liked it fine enough, but like nothing about the performances. Though he is excellent in that movie.
He is very good.
But
Very
nothing
good.
about the performances in that movie screamed like Oscar nominated. Like, I mean, they were all good, but it was just surprising to me.
Best Actor, Best Actress. For Best Actor, we got Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. I believe didn't he win the Golden Globe?
Yes.
Usually.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown. After seeing that movie, he should win.
I want him to win. Yeah.
Coleman Domingo in a movie called Sing Sing, which I do hear is good. I hear that TV show on Netflix is really good with him too. Ralph Fiennes in the Conclave movie, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice.
I think
for his first nomination ever.
this category, I believe, has two of the best actors that have never won an Academy Award in Chalamet and Fiennes. So I want
Yep.
one of them to win it. I also have not had the chance to see The Brutalist. or Sing Sing, but I know that Adrian Brody's incredible and Coleman Domingo is also incredible. And
Yes.
I saw The Apprentice, and like I said, it didn't really stand out to me,
Yeah.
but he's a hell of an actor, so I love Sebastian Stan, so I wouldn't be mad at any of these people winning.
For Best Actress, we got Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Mickey Madison for Anora, Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here, Carla Sofia Gascon for Amelia Perez, which we're going to get into in a minute, Demi Moore for The Substance.
I
Um,
hope Demi wins it. Either her, Cynthia, or Mickey, though I would have no issue with. I haven't seen the other two movies yet, of course.
I think those three.
But,
I think those three are an
you know-
even playing field for that
You
role.
know that the Oscar loves clickbait moments, and if Demi
I do.
Moore wins her first Oscar, I mean, I'm still convinced that the whole slap was an inside job because they like their
Yeah.
little fucking videos, and they like to go viral and have viral moments.
Yep.
But I mean, I would love Demi Moore's speech would go fucking viral in 2 seconds.
It would. Yeah.
Her speech at the Golden Globes was great too.
Best animated film: Wild Robot, Inside Out 2, Wallace and Gromit, nominated. Best visual effects: Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. Out of all of those, I think Alien Romulus may be my favorite. Well, Dune Part 2 is pretty damn good too.
I think
it's probably
visual
gonna
effects
win.
wise, I think Dune should win this.
Yeah, it's probably gonna win. I
out
think
of all of
Alien's
them?
my favorite though.
But I guess there's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes on their disc version of that movie. I guess there's a special feature where you can watch the entire movie without a single special effect added.
Interesting.
I kind of want to check that out with everyone just wearing like the green screen suits and stuff like that. So I would say it's either going to go to Dune or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. Nosferatu nominated for 4 Oscars: Best Makeup and Hair, Costume Design, Cinematography, and Production Design. Robert Eggers did not get a nomination for Director.
No.
Best Costume Design: Complete Unknown, Conclave, Nosferatu, Gladiator 2, and Wicked. I think all of those, except for
I think-
Conclave, which I haven't seen.
I could see Wicked winning
Yeah,
this.
I can see that too.
I could see this being a big Wicked category.
Yeah, I can see it being a big Wicked year if they go the right way too. Best nominations for director: the director of The Substance, Coralie. I don't know how to say her last name. Brady Corbett for The Brutalist. This French guy who did Amelia Perez. Sean Baker for Anora, and James Mangold for A Complete Unknown.
Yep. And where the fuck is Denny? Just
A lot of people are asking that. A lot of people are
Yep,
asking
that's
that.
a big controversy. I have not seen Emilio Perez yet, so I don't want to comment on if he deserves it or not. That's the issue with saying somebody is snubbed too. Is like you look at like the best documentary, and everyone says Superman was snubbed, but nobody's seen the other movies that. So maybe it wasn't snubbed. Maybe the other 5 movies are just better.
Right.
Could be the case here too. But I mean, Denny directed the hell out of Dune 2, so
Yep.
it came out in March.
and-
Could be another issue too.
Best Picture nomination this year: Anora, The Brutalist, The Complete Unknown, Conclave, Wicked, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez,
Yep.
Nickel Boys, The Substance, and I'm Still Here.
Yes.
I can tell you my favorite movie of this bunch is Wicked, of course.
Obviously.
Amelia Perez.
Yep.
I don't understand this movie and how it is even getting all the noms, and unless it's just because it's being led by a person, a trans person. I don't know if it's
I
just
don't know.
trying to be a political move or what it is, but
Everyone
everybody
that's
says
seen
it's-
it, yeah, it's not good.
right. Everybody
like-
says it's not good.
It's just mid.
Like you look at all the Rotten Tomato scores there, it's the lowest of the
Yeah.
bunch by like 20 points. Like I don't know. I guess we have to watch it to kind of get an idea of what it is.
Yep.
But
My thoughts on this
yeah.
award are: it's gonna be a big year for one of 2 movies. It's either gonna be The Brutalist or it's gonna be Wicked. One or the other.
Yeah.
I could see Wicked. I mean, obviously, I want The Substance to win, but I know it has 0 fucking chance, just like Black Panther.
Yeah.
But I could easily see. I mean, Amelia Perez might clean house too. But one of those that's nominated for a bunch of awards is going to come up with 0. I feel like I don't
guess
think it'll
we
be
have to
Wicked.
watch-
I don't think it'll be Brutalist. I'm not watching Amelia Perez because it's a musical, so you can have fun with that.
yeah, that's not my type of musical. There's no
Really? You
wizards
like
in
musicals?
Wicked. Amelia Perez, 13 nominations. Wicked and the Brutalist had 10. Conclave had 8. So same with the Complete Unknown. Anora had 6. Dune Part 2 had 5, as well as The Substance had 5.
Yeah, one of these 5 movies you put here, Amelia Perez, Wicked, Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Conclave, one of those is walking away with like nothing. I just have a feeling, it's going to be one of those years. But we'll see which one. I don't think it'll be Wicked. I don't think it'll be The Brutalist. Hoping it's just Amelia Perez, even though I haven't seen it, so I really shouldn't have a bias against it.
Right.
But it's taking spots away from people like Denis Villeneuve. So.
Yeah. Total nominations by studio. Netflix had 16. A24 has 14. A24 is just blowing out the park.
Yep.
Universal had 13. Focus Pictures had 12. Searchlight had 10. Neon had 7. I think Neon, isn't that Nora?
Yep.
Movie had 6, and Warner Brothers had 5. So yeah,
I mean,
really cool.
Big thing about that is Brutalist is A24, and that has 10 of their nominations. So
yeah,
that's why A24 is 14.
Timothy Chalamet is the youngest 2-time actor nominee since James Dean. James Dean, way back in the 50s. Major films to get 0 Oscar nominations. Juror Number 2, Longlegs, Civil War, which is a fantastic movie. Mm-hmm. Madam Web, I don't know why they listed it here. Well, we'll talk about it in a minute.
A major film.
We Live in Time, The Piano Lesson, Transformers 1, which should have been an animated movie nomination. But the big one, which I agree with, Challengers was a surprise hit for me this year. Very good movie.
Yep.
No awards whatsoever, snubbed completely.
I mean, it comes out at the beginning of the year, and that was the issue with Dune a lot of people were having with when it got moved to like March. Is that by the time this shit comes around, people forget about it or the hype is gone. Like that, I mean, the Perez movie just came out, so the hype is still there around it, I guess. I don't know.
So, of course, the Oscars come out. A couple days before that, we always get the Razzies. And Joker 2 leads the Razzie nominations with 7. And Joaquin and Lady Gaga both up for Worst Actor and Worst Actress. We got Worst Picture, Borderlands, which I have not seen because I heard it was bad. Joker Folie à Deux, Madam Web, Megalopolis, and Reagan, which I did not see. Out of all those, Joker Folie à Deux was pretty bad, but Madam Web is probably the worst movie I've seen in a very long time.
It's probably
Megalopolis
Megalopolis is probably where it's going.
There's some tight contenders of the Razzies this year. Worst Actor, Jack Black in Dear Santa. I thought he was actually good in that movie, considering the movie is bad. Zachary Levi, Harold and the Purple Crayon. I heard that movie was terrible too. Joaquin Phoenix and Joker Folie à Deux. Dennis Quaid as Reagan, and Jerry Seinfeld in Unfrosted. I have not seen that because I don't want to.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. Worst Actress, Cate Blanchett in Borderlands. I heard she was bad in that. Lady Gaga, Joker. Bryce Dallas Howard in Argyle. I thought she was good in Argyle. Argyle was a surprise hit for me too this year. Dakota Johnson, Madam Web. She should win it all. And Jennifer Lopez in Atlas. I think Dakota Johnson is one of the most overrated actresses in America right now.
Yeah, she did. That was pretty much it.
That was horrible. Supporting actor Jack Black in Borderlands for his voice only. Kevin Hart for Borderlands as well. Shia LaBeouf in Drag and Megalopolis. Tahir Rahim in Megan in Madam Web. And John Voight for Megalopolis, Reagan, Shadowland, and Strangers. He was nominated for supporting actor for 4 fucking movies. Best supporting actress, Ariana DeBose.
Technically worst.
And Argyle and Craven the Hunter. She was bad in Craven the Hunter, but that was ADR too.
Yeah.
Leslie Ann Down as Margaret Thatcher in Reagan. Emma Roberts in Madam Web. Amy Schumer in Unfrosted, and FKA Twigs in The Crow. Yeah, she was pretty bad too. Director for Madam Web, Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola. Oh god, if Coppola takes that would be bad.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips for Joker Folie à Deux. Eli Roth for Borderlands. I forgot Eli Roth did that. Jerry Seinfeld in Unfrosted. Screen combo. Any 2 obnoxious characters, but especially Jack Black in Borderlands. Any 2 unfunny comedic actors in Unfrosted. The entire cast of Megalopolis, Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga and Joker Folia do. Dennis Quaid and Penelope Ann Miller and Reagan. And worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel: The Crow, Joker, Craven, Mufasa, The Lion King, and Rebel Moon Part 2. The only nomination for that movie.
Yes.
Worst screenplay: Joker Folia do, Craven, Madam Web, Megalopolis, and Reagan. Looking forward to the Razzies probably more than the Oscars this year. I love the Razzies. It's always fun. Joining the cast of Christopher Nolan's Odyssey movie. This movie is becoming a fucking wet dream for Hollywood right now. John Bernthal, the Punisher himself. Mm-hmm. And we also got a first glimpse of him joining the cast of The Accountant 2 with Ben Affleck, coming out on March 8th, just in a couple weeks. We're going to be premiered. I think it comes out in April in theaters, or maybe the end of March. I can't remember, but yeah, looks. I like the first one. I like John Bernthal, and I like Ben Affleck, so I'm very excited for that. Leonardo DiCaprio going to star in a movie called The Devil in a White City. This movie has been on Hollywood's pile of movies to do for a very long time. Going to be directed by Martin Scorsese for 20th Century Fox. Story follows a serial killer who murdered dozens of people while the city of Chicago was busy with hosting the world's Columbian Exposition in 1893. So it's a period piece. Love Scorsese, love DiCaprio, love them that they're back together again. We'll have to wait and see on that. I know you are excited for Invincible, I'm guessing, Season 3 coming out. Got some cast members, some voice casting coming in. Your boy Aaron Paul and your boy Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad coming in. Our boy Simu Liu from Shang-Chi. Your boy, I don't even know how to say his Shiloh. Who played Blue Beetle. And Kate Mira, and who's going to be in Fantastic Four, I believe. I can't know her. She was in Fantastic Four, right? She was the Fantastic Four stick. And who is Doug Bradley? I don't know who that is, but
I don't know.
Coming out on February 6th on Prime Video, so I know you're excited for that. Caitlin Dever has been cast in Godzilla vs. Kong. The only thing I know her from, of course I don't have it here, was a movie called Booksmart, I believe, with Jonah Hill's sister.
Gotcha.
She was the other lead, and not Jonah Hill's sister, but the other one. Coming out March 26th of 2027. Speaking of March 2027, coming out March 19th of that year, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 has an official date now. Also came out today, Scary Movie 6, release date of 6/12/2026. We got the official look at the first artwork for that movie as well, the first logo. Abbott Elementary, going to be coming out for the season 5. It was renewed early, coming out for next year, the season 5. A great show, funny. I have not watched the It's Always Sunny episode. I've seen a lot of clips, and everyone I've seen is funny. And I know this is going to continue on It's Always Sunny when that comes back too. Mm-hmm. The only thing I know is in the beginning of the episode, they all show up at the school, and Dennis leaves. He just leaves because he doesn't want to be in the school, or he can't be in the school. I can't remember, and I don't know if it's going to set up It's Always Sunny when they show up on there or not. But Cameron Diaz said that she's opening to returning for a sequel to The Mask as long as Jim Carrey is involved. She says, if Jim's on board, I've been riding those coattails from day one. This was her first movie. That's where she debuted. The Mask is a good 90s Jim Carrey comedy. Came out right during the height of In Living Color and all of his big movies that came out around that same year. I think that year he had Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and what was the other one, the big one that came out that year that I'm blanking on?
Dumb and Dumber, The Mask. Oh, fuck. I have no idea. But
Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura.
Yes,
that's what it was. I knew there was a big one. All three of those came out in 1994. But yeah, got another glimpse of Scarlett Johansson in the new Jurassic World movie coming out this summer, and Jonathan Bailey from Wicked, of course, holding a dinosaur egg. CinemaCon announced their panels coming out in April. We've got Sony Pictures, Warner Brothers, Universal, MGM, Paramount, Disney, Lionsgate all have panels planned. The longest, you didn't have the hours, how long they're going to have their panels for. Disney has a 2-hour allotment on April 3rd. Warner Brothers has one for April 1st for 2 hours.
Yeah, April 1st. That's gonna be fucking great for anyone on Twitter with the
Oh
Warner
my God,
Brothers
that's-
shit. It's
that's
gonna
gonna be horrible.
Fucking bloodbath. The Colts already got their draft saves of it.
Wow. Yeah, so we're excited for CinemaCon. We do get some information usually. We also usually get some information from Disney's annual meeting of shareholders. It's going to happen on March 20th, a week before that. So yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on those two events. Then we got some new swag this week.
Swag. Stuff we all get.
Come on, son. You know that's right.
Kind of new. We did talk about it a few weeks ago when it was kind of just showed the prototype, but this is the final figure of Clayface from the animated series from the 90s, with all of the special features are going to be coming with it. As you can see, there's a Batman poking out of his chest, which I think is really cool.
Yep.
There's also a grappling hook that comes out of Clayface's head when Batman's inside of him. There's a lot of cool things, a lot of knives and blocks and weapons and hands and faces. It looks really, really cool. I'm not sure what the price is, but this is a Mondo figure. Or 1/6. I don't know what this. Yeah, Mondo. Yeah. And announced this week, Star Wars news for the week. Ryan Gosling is in talks to star in Sean Levy's Star Wars movie. We don't know what the timeline of this movie is. We don't know anything about it other than we just know there's a new Star Wars movie coming out. It's unconnected to the Skywalker saga. We know that. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. It's still in talks. Also, there's rumors that Natalie Portman is rumored to reprise her role as Padme in Ahsoka Season 2. I also saw a rumor today, I didn't put it in the notes because I haven't seen anything official about it, that she filmed scenes for Obi-Wan Season 1, but they got canned.
Oh, really?
I don't know if
no
there
idea.
anything. I saw it on Twitter. I didn't want to put it in here because I didn't see
think-
anything official.
I think during Clone Wars, her and Ahsoka have a close relationship, so this makes sense if she comes
Yep.
back.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. We did get that from the first season
Yep.
where you just see her younger and everything. So that'd be interesting. We got a new SFX cover with Daredevil, Born Again, promoting that, coming out in a little bit over a month and a half from now. Actually, less than that, month and a week, I guess. Looks really cool. I cannot wait. We also got the schedule and the episode titles for Spider-Man. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Everybody's loving this show, by the way. The review embargo is coming, I believe, tonight. The reactions came out this morning, but coming out on Wednesday, episode 1 and 2, Amazing Fancy, The Parker Luck. February 5th, 3 episodes. Episode 3, Secret Identity Crisis, Hitting the Big Time, and The Unicorn Unleashed. February 12th, The Duel with the Devil. That's the episode with Daredevil. Charlie Cox coming in to reprise his voice. Episode 7, Scorpion Rising. Episode 8, Tangled Web. And the season finale on February 19th, 2 episodes. Episode 9, Hero or Menace. And Episode 10, If This Be My Destiny. So, very excited for that. There was a new trailer that came out today. Showed a symbiote. Showed Dr. Octopus. Showed a lot of cool stuff. Life Foundation stuff. I'm very excited for this show. Especially that everybody's seen it and saying it's really good. One of the best animated shows that Disney has put on so far. So, Benedict Cumberbatch, going around talking about his role in Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, saying that he's not in that anymore. He was at one point when Kang was the villain. Now that they've pivoted, he's not going to be in that, but he will be in Secret Wars. He is going to be a very central part to Secret Wars. So I'm guessing he's going to be one of the characters that's going to be fighting in Battle World. We'll have to wait and see on that. And finally, in the news, we got a couple of items. We'll talk about the casting news today. Aldrich Thompson has been cast as Sinestro in Lanterns.
Yes.
Just came out right before we came on the podcast. You broke this to me today.
The bad guy from Banshee.
I've seen him in something else too. I'm going to
Yep.
look up his name after the podcast. I don't know where I've seen him, but I've
He's
seen
been
him
in
in
a ton.
something.
He's a good character actor.
But yeah, this show, cannot wait for it. We're going to get Supergirl, and we're going to get this right at the same time, same year. Speaking of Supergirl, we got the first look of behind the scenes of Millie Alcock as Supergirl sitting at a bar. Very reminiscent of the comic book. Of course, this is the logo on the back of the chair, but yeah, this is her. The hair looks just like Supergirl in the comic book. Other than that, we don't really know much by just this picture of her back, but The bar, very reminiscent of the comic book that,
Yep.
that we read just a couple months back, but very, very excited for this movie. And I know you are too. I know we're excited for the DCU and seeing where it's going to go with Superman at the end of the year. So that's it for our show this week. Well, we got a few things to talk about next week. Episode 8, Original Sin of Dexter. Dark Side of the Cage, Episode 3. Going to talk about that. I'm going to watch Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episodes, the first few episodes of that next week. A new movie comes out next Friday. I'm not sure if we're going to watch it for the podcast, but we may watch it in the next couple of weeks. Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon in a movie called You're Cordially Invited. Comes out on Prime, I believe next Friday. And another movie I meant to watch this week, but I did not get to. Devil All the Time. It's on it came out in 2020. We talked about it last week. I was going to watch it, didn't have time this week. I'm going to try to watch it this week. And next week, it is the year of Superman, so we're going to start it off big. We're going to talk about Superman. We're going to intro the character. We're going to talk all about Superman, where his origins, where he came from. Of course, we know he came from Krypton, but where did these two Jewish comic writers come up with the idea for Superman?
Yep.
A
And we will
Kansas
be
hero.
reviewing All Star.
Yep, we're going to review all seasons, I believe,
All seasons,
right?
yeah, sorry, all seasons, not All Star.
And we're going to talk about the debut of the character with his powers at the time. Of course, he leaped tall buildings. He did not fly in the beginning. Talk about the first issues of Superman as well. We'll read back maybe a couple issues. But the big thing for me is Max Fleischer's 1941 serials. Want to break into those and watch those. They're very short, very quick. They came out in 1941. Not a lot to them. Not a lot of story. But there's a lot of the stuff.
Shorts.
But a lot of the stuff that you know from Superman came from that series. Of course, that and the radio show. Which the radio show was kind of spin off from that. But Max Fleischer is my first introduction to the character, probably before the Christopher Reeves movies. So that's it for the show this week. Thanks everyone, and we will talk to you next week when we start up the year of Superman. Peace.
We're the Geek Blurb crew, here to enlighten you. Talking all things geeky, from movies to wrestling to our podcast is the place where you wanna be for all the latest news and nostalgia from the 80s and 90s. We review comic book flicks and sci-fi hits, riding the wave of action movies with all the cool bits. From Iron Man to Star Wars, we cover it all. And when it comes to wrestling, we never drop the ball. Geek Blurb, we're the kings of the nerds, rating movies and pineapples, our opinions never blurred. Join us each week for a geeky chat with the latest scoop and a dose of nostalgia that. So if you're a fan of the comic book craze, or a lover of sci-fi and all its maze, tune in to Geek Blurb, we're here to entertain, bringing you the best in geekdom, it's our domain.